Welcome back to Courtroom Authority, where today's case dives straight into the world of addiction, accountability, and courtroom drama. Right from the start, we're hearing about defendant Molly Fox, a mother of three who stands accused of repeated drug violations while out on bond. Her attorney quickly points out that alcohol had been her biggest struggle and insists Molly has been faithfully attending recovery programs and AA meetings. But then, bam, the curveball. She's tested positive for cocaine not once, but multiple times. Now, this is where things get intense. The defense argues her use was merely situational, tied to an old friend's influence. But think about it. How many times does someone have to fail a test before it's no longer just a situation? Stick around because the judge is about to put this argument under the microscope, and trust me, you don't want to miss his reaction. Quick question for you. If someone has kids at home relying on them, do you think the judge should show more mercy, or does repeated drug use cancel out second chances? Let me know in the comments below.
Court does call the case People versus Molly Fox.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ellen Dennis, appearing on behalf of Molly Fox.
Says the court received a bond.
Oh,
Have you seen it, counsel?
yes, Your Honor, I have seen it.
She's positive for cocaine.
Right. Your Honor, when the bond was set, I wasn't actually present when the bond was set, but at that point, I think they all agreed that her major problem was that alcohol. That was why she entered a recovery program through community corrections. And she's also been attending AA. Now, she's not been positive for, as I understand it, she's not been positive for alcohol use since that time. This cocaine use is kind of, I don't know, an anomaly. And it seems from my discussion with my client, it's kind of situational, and she realizes that this is absolutely
She
unacceptable.
had another anomaly back in March.
Right, I understand. But what I mean is, it's not, unlike the alcohol, it was not the dominant problem. And yet it is a problem, of course, but it stems, I'm told, from a friendship that she has with somebody that she's had for many, many years. And apparently this other person got into cocaine use, and she would sometimes participate when she was with that person. She realizes she has to break off all contact with this friend because it's apparently evolved into a relationship in which cocaine is customarily used. So we would ask, of course, that bond be continued, and if the court thought it was appropriate, she could be put on a tether. She has been going to, she had 8 weeks of first phase recovery program, and she'd started the second phase prior to this cocaine use. And she also has been going to AA once a week in addition. So the recovery program, I guess I would have to say, has been partially successful. And we would like to have an opportunity for her to continue to work on her recovery through that. And I know Mr. Kennedy and I have talked about possibility of resolving the case through recovery court, but he's not sure that she's eligible. And I've been waiting to find out if that's true, because that might very well be a good resolution. So, and in the meantime, I mean, she is the caregiver for three minor children, ages 13, 10, and 5. They're all her children. And her significant other with whom she lives, he works full time for one of the car companies. I forget which. For Ford. And is gone in the daytime. So caring for the children, especially when school gets out, which will be pretty soon now, would be very difficult without her presence. But so of course, we're asking for bond to be continued or possibly been modified to have provide for her to have an alcohol drug tether. I might also say, I think my understanding is that she entered a recovery program voluntarily. That was not a bond condition. Is that correct?
It wasn't.
She says it was not. So she is trying, she's attempting to do recovery on her own, but of course, well, community corrections made
This is
it
a
possible for her.
violation with cocaine.
I'm sorry,
This is her third violation with cocaine.
apparently so.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It is a problem, and but I think a tether would definitely take care of that problem.
I don't have a tether that reads cocaine.
Well, that's what I wasn't sure when she suggested it, whether that was feasible. She seemed to think it was, but I don't know.
She who?
My client.
Of course. She's going to tell you that, and then she's going to go out and use cocaine.
Well, maybe she just doesn't know. I didn't know.
She does what drug addicts do, and they tell you something that's not true.
Well, I don't know that she's truly an addict because her use has not been that frequent. But at any rate, I totally agree with the court that she can't be using cocaine, and I think she also agrees and she
At what point
understands
did
that.
that dawn on her?
I'm sorry?
At what point did that dawn on her? When we ordered that she couldn't use illegal drugs? In January when she tested positive? In March when she tested positive? Or this time when she tested positive? Which point did she all of a sudden figure out she can't use it?
Well, she should have figured it out beforehand, Your Honor, but she now tells me she has figured it out, I guess you could say.
I always hate asking, but I'll ask. Why not? I'll bite. What this time made her figure it out?
Well, maybe she's come to a realization that it's not a good thing for her. I mean, she's brought it up in the group sessions that she's had, these weekly group sessions, and I think they've convinced her that she has to cease her friendship with her old friend because obviously it's not a friendship that's furthering her best interests. And she tells me that she is going to do that. So I hope that she has come to a realization of how damaging to herself that this is.
I'm going to adjourn the probable cause conference in this case to June 5th, 2025, 9 a.m. Because of her violation, defendant's bond is revoked, defendant is remanded.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's it for me today, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
And just like that, the judge makes his stance crystal clear. Molly's bond is revoked. Despite her attorney's pleas about recovery efforts and childcare responsibilities, the court wasn't buying the repeated excuses. 3 failed drug tests, including the latest positive for cocaine, sealed her fate. Notice how the judge cut straight to the point, asking the tough but fair question. At what point should she have realized that using cocaine wasn't allowed? This is the real heart of the justice system, balancing compassion with accountability. For Molly, the consequences are heavy, but for viewers like us, it's a sharp reminder of how quickly one decision can spiral into multiple courtroom appearances. What do you think? Was the judge too strict, or was this the only way to protect both Molly and her children's future? Drop your thoughts below. And if you found this breakdown as eye-opening as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with others who follow courtroom drama, and subscribe to Courtroom Authority for more real cases, real rulings, and real lessons from inside America's courtrooms.